Hey everyone, Ivy Gaming here, and today we're playing Eternal Evolution. For today's video, I'm going to show you a little bit of some experimenting I did with using Res to boost either Luke or Ravenna, and the results actually surprised me. So yes, we are talking the Guild Hunt Scythe Spider. I just did level 10, so I was actually just about to do level 9 Turbine and I missed my chance. I wanted to do an updated video on that. I actually do already have an updated video to post soon for Atlas Whale, but I'll edit that another time. This was too fun, so I just wanted to get on it and get the recording done and share this right away because it was fun and it was surprising, sort of. So what I'm talking about is my runs that I did for the Scythe Spider. Now, I have Luke at Hyper Evolution, and he's getting up there in level, so his stats are getting pretty good. And I know Luke is really great, and he really has become my main damage dealer now, especially as I pushed Hyper Evolution and pushed class technology and got him finally in a full attack set, hero set, all around. But yeah, for today's video, I'm going to leave him in that full attack set, the typical build you would use for Luke. And we did a little comparison. I did something different. So I was like, you know what? Like most people are boosting Ravenna with Res, right? And that's kind of the answer. But what if I tried to boost my Luke instead? And do so on manual. So like I was taking a look, I'm like, oh my goodness, look at, like, see 1.6 billion here. You got Daniel in there. I actually put my Daniel in there for the first time to give it a try. And then Ravenna, Res, Luke. And based on this, I'm like, I wonder if he's actually boosting. Is he boosting his Luke? Is he boosting his Ravenna? I'm assuming Ravenna based on her 2 billion damage, but it actually gave me the idea of like, wait, my Luke is really good. I know he's not as good as my Ravenna total damage wise for sake of the Scythe Spider, at least the way he's built right now. But what if I boost him and can really bring up his damage and he can pump out those decreased defenses constantly? How is that going to go? And that true damage as well when you're sticking with the typical talent tree and the attack route. So I had some fun, and well, what happened was, let me show you. So first I will put up the graphic here for all the screenshots I did. So the very first one, let's see. Let me take a look here. All right, so the very first one, I don't know. I wasn't quite sure what was going to happen, and I kind of let it go. So here at 5 seconds, I froze it, right? 5 seconds, I froze it, and we had 8.48 million for Ravenna, 3.88 million for Luke. It's like, all right, that's a good basis. Then I had 191 for Daniel. That was 5 seconds left of the battle. And this was where I was manually boosting Luke instead of Ravenna. So that was really cool to see Luke's damage brought up a bit more than I'm used to seeing him. I'm still not super endgame compared to a lot of my guildmates, so I'm not quite there. But yeah, when it comes down to it, this damage isn't exact because it's also counting the spiderlings. So what I ended up getting was 865 million, which is a huge boost for me. I think the best I've ever done it. Well, I think 700 or so. But yeah, I wanted to see what would happen. So I took my little screenshot there. I got 865 million for that first run. And this was the comp. So what we had was the commander for Luke in here. So let me actually show you that. I'm going to show you here the commander that we used for Luke. It does have a +2, and I put Luke based on, I kind of set things up based on that. But then what we're doing is we're going to go ahead and we're going to swap these. We're going to swap, and we're going to use the commander that is better for Ravenna, put Ravenna and someone else that could actually benefit more from the crit rate boost in the middle. Take advantage of that. And we're going to use Res to boost Ravenna, but that's going to do so on manual. So here I'm going to play this run out, and then we're going to get to the end.
Hey, I got something to say. I'm just so sick of hearing everyone complain. I know it's tough and I know there's pain, but hitting bottom is the only way to change. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what work is. I've seen a lot of people who don't know what thirst is. I've had a taste of evil and tried to cure the sickness, but I just keep my head down and focus on the facts. I'm setting down gravel while you just follow the path. I'll lead them into battle while you're just too scared to act. I'll leave the knife right in my back. So I'll keep hustling, you keep struggling. Bitch, I'm humbling, keep mumbling. I'll keep doubling, you keep bluffing. You've got nothing, I'll keep hustling.
So, as you can see, of course, here's the 4-second screenshot now at the end. I'm just going to cut to the end here. 4 seconds left. We had 865 million for Ravenna, 294 for Luke, 207 for Daniel. So, I mean, there's a little bit of human error involved in exact perfect timing for both, and there's always a little bit of RNG factor overall, with everyone doing damage and whatnot. But in the end, of course, Luke did a little less damage than the other one. Ravenna did about the same. Is it really? Which is actually pretty crazy. Ravenna did a tiny bit more, but not crazy more, based on me boosting with res, boosting her with res, versus me boosting Luke. So I think maybe me boosting Luke and making sure that decreased defense stayed up the whole time versus me just boosting Ravenna actually ended up making things come closer to evening out. So my total damage was actually lower when I was boosting Ravenna than when I was boosting my Luke. So I think that whole situation there is pretty fascinating actually, but it makes sense based on my Luke being hyper evolved. He deals true damage at this point, but I've also heard there's a different build for Luke for the guild hunt specifically. I have mentioned this before. One of my YouTube commenters suggested to do a pure damage build and not take the first talent tree for Luke, so that is still something I plan to test out for sake of the guild hunt, but for now, this is the test I want to do for today, and Luke already won that test. So if I can get this kind of damage out of Luke, let's actually go in here. If I can get this kind of damage out of Luke being boosted when he's in what's supposed to be the lesser option for guild hunt specifically for a build for Luke with pure attack versus crit rate, crit damage, and no first part of that talent tree at the top there, which I'll talk about that. If he still won this battle with that lesser build, I can't wait to see what he can do in a better build. So that's something I'm absolutely going to try. But first, let's go ahead. I'm going to quickly show you what my builds are and what I'm working with. So class technology, we're talking energy. We're talking Ravenna and Luke. So I do have maximum attack and maximum crit damage boosts here in class technology. That's huge. It makes a huge, huge difference. We got 49% attack, 49% crit damage, plus extra flat attack here as well. Super awesome. And yeah, that's a lot of stats, right? So when it comes to my builds, Obviously, I did have Masrani in that team, Daniel as well. But I'm just going to show you my Luke and my Ravenna for sake of the argument. So my Luke is hyper evolved. He's summit level 81. Extraordinary. He is at 115,000 attack. The rest of it really doesn't matter because we're talking, assuming Luke is going to be doing true damage, because I did have this talent tree taken. So this is not a test yet without the true damage factor in and changing his build. We'll do that in another video in the future. But for now, this test still with Luke built traditionally, I did better. I know I have more potential. I'm still working on it. I'm still min-maxing, tweaking, lots to do. But yeah, full attack set on Luke, and he is exclusive 30. So that does make a huge difference in stats. Now, Ravenna, I don't think I have any exclusive 30 on her. I think I'm only exclusive 20 on her, which does make a difference, of course, as well. Obviously, I want to get her exclusive up too. What does that have? Let's see, extra attack percent. Yeah, that's going to help. But I do have her in more of a traditional damage build. We have crit rate, crit rate and crit damage, and you could have attack sets as well. I have her at 67, almost 68,000 attack with, of course, we have over 50, we have what, 55% crit rate, and super high to over 300% crit damage. So she's popping, she's doing fun stuff, and that's of course that's not including class technology for any of those ones I just showed. But that was a really fun comparison, and I thought it was really cool to see my res do better than my Ravenna when being boosted manually and timing it correctly. So just a fun experiment that I wanted to share with you guys. I'm always trying to improve my own builds and my own experience. While I have a lot of experience, I'm 100% not ultra end games, so there's always so much to keep on learning from those that are learning faster or that have played longer than I have. Always new stuff to share with you guys, and hell, I'm not always correct, obviously. I'm happy to be proven wrong and find something even better to try. So stay tuned for more experimentation, more guides, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.
Eternal Evolution. Play now for free.